Discoveries are made all over the world every day. Sometimes these discoveries are groundbreaking and are found on top of the highest mountains or at the bottom of the deepest oceans. However, discoveries are also made in seemingly normal places where you would most definitely not expect to find anything particularly interesting. Yet these strange and interesting findings do turn up in the most unsuspecting places every now and again. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 occasions where interesting items have been found in the most ordinary places. The hand in the attic. In 2015, the Lopez family of Tampa, Florida, made a rather intriguing discovery in their grandfather's house. Whilst grandparents' homes do seem to be hotspots for finding weird and wonderful artifacts, what the Lopez family found was a little more out of the ordinary. When they were younger, Mike and his sister Maria Lopez were often told stories by their grandfather about pirates. On a few occasions, their grandfather had even claimed that his father had found the long-lost treasure of a pirate named Jose Gaspard. Of course, this seemed like a rather outlandish claim, and the children naturally wrote it off as a silly fiction story. Jose Gaspard is quite the local legend in Tampa. There's even an annual carnival held in his honor. As a pirate, Gaspard allegedly plundered the Florida coast in the 18th century and left some of his treasure behind. This treasure was rumored to be buried near the Hillsborough River, but it was never found. That is until the Lopez grandchildren made a somewhat startling discovery. Whilst cleaning out their grandfather's attic, Mike and Maria stumbled across a box. In a bit of a fairy tale manner, the box contained some very interesting artifacts that pointed to a startling conclusion. Grandpa Lopez had found Jose Gaspard's lost treasure. Amongst a few old coins and a cryptic map of old-time Tampa, Mike and Maria found something fairly disturbing: a human hand. They scoured the area's antique shops to try and get a valuation on the so-called treasure they had found, but the coins were deemed a little too new to be from Gaspard's pillage of the Florida coast. Similarly, the treasure map was also ruled to have originated from around the 1920s. The hand, however, some argue it's human and some argue it's not. The jury is still very much out on the ghostly hand, and it remains that way to this day. Finding what could potentially be a pirate's treasure in your grandparents' attic isn't something that happens every day. It presented the Lopez family with some tough decisions to make as to what happened to the relics. The local history museum noted that they would have taken them, however the family decided that the treasure would stay in their possession. Alongside the artifacts themselves, some very interesting stories can be passed down through the generations of the Lopez family, if nothing else. The Saddle Ridge Hoard. This next discovery may not be to do with pirates, but it does still include some treasure, and a lot of it. In 2013, an anonymous couple discovered a rusty tin can full of gold coins on their private property in the Gold Country area of California. John and Mary, as they're known, explain that they discovered the apparent treasure whilst walking their dog on a familiar route down the Gold Country hills. Unbeknownst to them, they had walked past $10 million worth of coins on numerous occasions. The couple went on to explain that they'd innocently stumbled across the tin can, pointing out the earth on their regular route. However, they did note that on the occasion that they had walked that route, they'd noticed some strange features in the landscape, namely another old tin can hanging from a tree, as if to mark a grave, and some oddly shaped rocks. John and Mary would later realise that these seemed to be directions to the gold, as they lined up between the North Star and the can's location. When they found the can in the ground, John tried to pry it from the floor with a wooden stick. It was extremely heavy, and the couple initially thought it held lead paint. On the walk back to the house, the lid cracked open to reveal the dirty glimmer of a very old gold coin. After dropping the mysterious can off at their home, the couple returned to the site with tools to see if they could uncover more of them. To their surprise, they didn't find only one more, but 8 more cans, all filled with these mysterious gold coins. Worried that others could find out about the treasure and flock to the area to either mine or steal it, the couple hid the cans and kept the location of their property extremely secret. It was only some time later they contacted a firm who authenticated the coins. Theories have arisen as to what the coins were doing there in the first place. Some believe the hoard belonged to a famed highway robber such as Jesse James or Black Bart. Others believe it may belong to Knights of the Golden Circle, who are a secret society active in America during the Civil War. However, it's possible the money may actually be the discovery of the hoard from the 1901 San Francisco mint theft, where around $30,000, which is around $10 million in today's money, the same amount that was found by John and Mary, was stolen by employee Walter Dimmick. The US Mint ruled this theory out, but it still stands as a fascinating reason as to what a pile of gold was doing sitting in a hillside owned by an innocent couple. The pair remain anonymous to this day and haven't disclosed the location of their property where the gold was found or any other personal details. The buried supercar. In 1978, located on the West Athens side of Los Angeles, a group of children were innocently playing in their back garden, digging and playing in the dirt. Suddenly, one of them hit something hard and shiny in the dirt. Thinking the object sounded a bit like a car roof when hit, they flagged down a sheriff's cruiser coincidentally driving past their home at the time. The sheriff clearly thought the object was of some interest, so he enlisted the help of a group of men with shovels to start excavating the back garden. As they dug further and further into the ground, more objects appeared. They were shocked at their discovery. It was in fact a metallic green Dyno 246 GTS Ferrari. It was rumoured to be in surprisingly good condition. When the labourers managed to hoist it out of the ground, however, it was ridden with rust and various broken parts. Naturally, the sheriff thought the finding might be a bit suspicious, so proceeded to run some checks on the license plates. The checks showed the car had originally been purchased in 1974 by a plumber named Rosendo Cruz who lived in California. However, on December 7, 1978, Cruz and his wife travelled in the car to an anniversary dinner. When they returned, the car wasn't anywhere to be seen. The Ferrari was sold at an auction to a mechanic after it was found. However, that wasn't the end of the supercar in the Soil story. In 2012, a retired police sergeant came forward claiming that the police had never actually been alerted by a group of kids, but rather by an anonymous police informant. According to the informant, the thieves had actually been paid by the owner, Rosendo Cruz, to steal the dyno and dump it in the Pacific Ocean. However, the plan never got that far, and they buried the Ferrari so Cruz could claim the money on his insurance. He received the money, however he and the thieves forgot where they buried the car. One thing these discoveries do tell us is that the world around us has many secrets that people often spend years and years looking for. Yet, these things are sometimes hiding in plain sight. So what do you make of these interesting items found in ordinary places? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community whilst working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.